All right, let's get real for a second. Have you ever sat down at your desk, ready to crush your to-do list, only to find yourself, 10 minutes later, mentally replaying that one time you tripped up the stairs at your high school graduation? Or maybe you're in a super important meeting, and instead of listening to your boss, your brain is busy crafting the perfect grocery list, complete with a reminder to finally buy that fancy olive oil. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You want to focus, you try to focus, but your mind has decided it's the perfect time to spiral into a full-blown internal monologue about whether you should get bangs or not. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it feels like you have zero control. This isn't a personal failing. It's not because you're lazy or undisciplined. It's your brain doing what it's programmed to do. Think of it like this. Your brain has a built-in screensaver mode. When you aren't actively engaged in a specific demanding task, this screensaver pops on automatically. The problem is, this isn't a screensaver of floating bubbles or serene landscapes. No, this one is a chaotic slideshow of your biggest regrets, your weirdest anxieties, and a running commentary on every single thing you need to do later. It's a feature, not a bug, but it's a feature that is running your life and tanking your productivity. You're not alone in this. In fact, research from Harvard University found that our minds are wandering a whopping 47% of the time. Let that sink in. Nearly half of your waking life is spent on autopilot, not present in the here and now. The good news? You can grab the steering wheel. You can turn off that noisy, distracting screensaver and tell your brain who's in charge. So what is this secret force that has you thinking about your ex's new haircut while you're supposed to be finishing a report? It's called the Default Mode Network, or DMN for short. I want you to think of the DMN as your brain's resident roommate. And this roommate is a chatterbox. They are always home, always talking, and their favorite topics are you, and more you. They love to reminisce about the past, worry about the future, and daydream about what other people are thinking about you. When you're not giving your brain a specific job to do, the DMN automatically takes over. It's the brain's default setting, hence the name. Now, this roommate isn't all bad. The DMN actually evolved for a very important reason: survival. Back in the day, our ancestors needed to be able to plan for the future. Like, where will we find food tomorrow? Learn from the past. Remember those berries made Dougie sick. And navigate complex social situations like, is that other tribe friendly? The problem is that our modern world puts this ancient system into overdrive. Your caveman brain was designed to handle threats like saber-toothed tigers, not the 24/7 barrage of emails, social media notifications, and breaking news alerts. It's why you can pick up your phone to check the weather and suddenly find yourself 30 minutes deep into your cousin's vacation photos. Your DMN got hijacked. And believe it or not, this network is an energy hog, consuming about 20% of your body's total energy, more than any other single brain network. That's right, that seemingly harmless daydreaming is literally draining your battery. It's like leaving an app running in the background on your phone. It just sucks the life out of your power reserves without you even realizing it. When your DMN is constantly active, you feel scattered, mentally exhausted, and unable to focus on what truly matters. When your DMN is out of control, it's more than just a minor annoyance. It's a full-blown thief. It steals your focus, your creativity, and your peace of mind. Let's talk about focus first. Imagine you're trying to build a tower of Legos, but every few seconds, your DMN roommate runs in and knocks it over. That's what it's like trying to complete a task when your DMN is overactive. You lay one brick of concentration, and your mind wanders to what you're having for dinner. You lay another brick, and you're stressing about an email you forgot to send. You can't build any momentum. You're stuck in a cycle of starting, getting distracted, and starting over. This constant internal chatter doesn't just make it hard to focus, it actively kills your creativity. True creativity often requires a state of flow where you are so deeply absorbed in a task that the rest of the world melts away. You can't get into a flow state if your DMN is constantly interrupting you with a laundry list of worries and reminders. It's like trying to paint a masterpiece while someone is yelling random facts in your ear. And let's not forget the biggest toll an overactive DMN takes: your mental health. Studies show a strong link between excessive mind-wandering and unhappiness. When our minds are left to roam, they tend to drift toward negative, anxious, and self-critical thoughts. The DMN loves to ruminate on past mistakes and catastrophize about the future. It's the engine of anxiety and self-doubt. That feeling of dread that settles in on a Sunday evening? That's often your DMN running wild, concocting every possible worst-case scenario for the week ahead. So this isn't just about getting more work done. This is about reclaiming your mental space and your happiness. It's about turning down the volume on that inner critic and turning up the volume on the present moment. An unchecked DMN is like a leaky faucet in your brain. Drip, 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 draining your energy, your focus, and your joy. But you don't have to live with it. You can fix the leak. Okay, so we know the DMN is a loud, energy-draining roommate. Now, how do we get it to quiet down so we can finally get some work done and find some peace? I'm going to give you 3 simple, science-backed strategies you can use right now. No complicated rituals, no expensive retreats, just practical tools to hit the mute button on your brain. The first one is the most powerful: mindfulness. I know, you hear that word and you picture someone sitting perfectly still for an hour. Forget that. Mindfulness is simply the act of paying attention to the present moment, on purpose, without judgment. That's it. You can do this in just 1 minute, right now. Stop reading and just notice your breath. Feel the air coming in through your nose and going out through your mouth. Don't try to change it, just observe it. When your mind wanders, and it will, just gently guide it back to your breath. The second trick is to embrace single tasking. Our culture glorifies multitasking, but it's a myth. What you're actually doing is rapidly switching between tasks, which is incredibly inefficient and a huge invitation for your DMN to crash the party. Instead, commit to doing one thing at a time. Close all the extra tabs on your browser. Put your phone in another room. Give one task your undivided attention for a set period, even if just for 25 minutes. My third and final trick for you today is to get outside, seriously. Spending time in nature is one of the fastest ways to quiet the DMN. Studies have shown that even a short walk in a park can significantly reduce the neural activity in the parts of the brain associated with rumination and negative self-talk. Nature has a way of capturing our attention in a gentle, effortless way, what scientists call soft fascination. The sight of a tree, the sound of birds, the feeling of the sun on your skin, these things pull you into the present moment without you even trying. It's a natural reset button for your brain. So next time you feel overwhelmed and scattered, step outside for 5 minutes. It's one of the easiest brain hacks there is. You now have the knowledge and the tools to start taming your DMN. But the real magic happens when you turn these occasional tricks into consistent habits. This isn't about a massive life overhaul. It's about creating a simple routine of brain hygiene, just like you brush your teeth every day to keep them healthy. One of the most important pillars of good brain hygiene is sleep. I know. You probably just rolled your eyes and said, duh, but it bears worth saying as so many of us still don't get enough of it. When you're sleep deprived, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus and decision-making, goes offline, and your DMN runs rampant. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is non-negotiable for a focused brain. Next, let's talk about what you're feeding your brain. Your brain needs the right fuel to perform at its best. You don't have to follow some crazy restrictive diet, just focus on whole foods. Think brain-boosting foods like blueberries, walnuts, leafy greens, and fatty fish rich in omega-3s. And stay hydrated. Dehydration can cause brain fog and make it even harder to wrangle your wandering mind. Also, be mindful of caffeine and sugar. While they might give you a temporary jolt, the subsequent crash can leave your focus in shambles. Movement is another critical piece of the puzzle. You don't need to run a marathon. Just incorporating short bursts of physical activity into your day can work wonders. A quick walk around the block, a few stretching breaks, or even a 5-minute dance party in your living room can get your blood flowing and reset your brain. Exercise helps release chemicals like endorphins and dopamine that boost your mood and enhance your ability to focus. It's a powerful way to interrupt the DMN's negative thought loops and inject a dose of clarity and positivity into your day. Look, I get it. At this point in the video, you're probably saying you've heard all this before and your personal DMN has kicked in and is starting its own party. We're smart people and the whole get moving, eat healthy craze has been drilled into us for some time now. But here's my challenge to you. Even though you may be thinking, yeah, I know this, things have a way of conveniently being forgotten in the moment and day to day. Do you really make time to build in physical activity? Eat a bit healthier, even if only the majority of the time? If not, Here's how to get started. Don't try to do everything at once. That's a recipe for overwhelm. Pick one thing, just one small habit you can start today, and build momentum from there. Maybe the first thing is a 1-minute mindful breath break every morning before you check your phone. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk outside during your lunch break. Or maybe it's committing to putting your phone away while you work on one important task. Pick the one that feels easiest and most doable for you. You have the power to train your brain. With a little bit of practice and consistency, you can quiet the noise, sharpen your focus, and unlock a level of performance you never thought possible. The change starts now with one small decision. What will it be?